All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, good evening, depending on the location that you are joining this Zoom from. I think we have waited enough. Let's get started. I want to welcome each and every one of you joining us on this platform this morning. Still Coach Mo here, taking you through the technical analysis. If you can hear me, if I'm audible, loud and clear, give me a reaction in the chat. Kindly drop me a reaction in the chat if I'm loud and clear. Okay, all right. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. So let's get it started. Yesterday, we winded up our trading view customization. So today we are going to get into understanding the candlestick anatomy. I'm going to share my screen so that we get right away into it. Let me share my screen. Is my screen visible? Is my screen visible? If you are able to see my screen on your side, please indicate. Okay. All right. So let's get into okay. All right. So today we are going to start looking at what we call candlestick anatomy. Okay. We are going to look at what we call candlestick anatomy. What is candlestick anatomy? It is the study of a candlestick. Okay. Candlestick anatomy, it is the study of a candlestick. So yesterday we said that each and every session in the market, each and every trade session in the market is represented by a candle. And we looked into the reasons why are we using candles to understand price action. Okay, so each and every trade session in the market, it is represented by a candle. It can be a buying pressure candle or it can be a selling pressure candle. So we said that when it comes to buying pressure candles, they are represented by a green candlestick. Okay. And I also emphasized why you are going to see candles that are in green and the others are in red. It is a choice of color. Okay. You can change it to any type of color that you want. But in this presentation, in this training, we will be using green color and red color. So when it comes to green color, the green color represents buyers. Every candle that you are going to see in green, it represents buyers or buying pressure. Okay? We are talking of pressures in the market. We are talking of market movers in the market. Okay? We are talking about demand and supply. So when it comes to a red candle, I mean a green candle, please understand me. We are simply talking about buyers in the market. Okay? Every candle that we're gonna explore in trading view and it is green in color, it simply means it is a representation of a buying pressure, right? And the red candle, it is a representation of a selling pressure or supply, or you can call it a bearish candlestick, meaning it is representing buyers in the market, those that are selling. Now, when it comes to a buying pressure candle, when you are looking at buyers, these are market movers that move the price from the bottom going to the top. Okay? Buyers, they are market participants, okay, who moves price. Their duty is to move price or to push price from the lowest point to the highest point. Meaning to say, buyers, they normally open their market. Buyers, they open price. When a trade session starts, buyers, they are going to open the price from the bottom and they are going to push the price to the top. Okay, whenever you see price moving upward, you should know that it is buyers that are in control. They normally open from the lowest position, taking it to the highest position as possible. What I'm simply saying is, on each and every trade session, whenever the market opens, it means if it is buyers that are going to open that price, they are going to open it from the lowest price, or they're going to open from the bottom, and then their duty is to push the price to the top. That is buyers for you. So buyers, they love to buy at low price. The idea is to sell when the price goes up. So these are the guys that will wait as much as possible that the price should drop, should go down, so that they can buy at the lowest price possible, so that they are able to sell and when the price rises. So when you hear the term buy low, sell high, buy low, sell high, you should know that it is a term that is used by buyers, because these guys, they always look for an opportunity to make sure that they buy at the lowest price possible. The idea is to sell when the price rises. So buyers, they open their market. They open a trade session. I said that each and every candle, okay, represents a trade session. So let us look at this green candle over here. Okay, you will find out that the opening price for a green candle, it is at the bottom right here. Okay, it is at the bottom. Every green candle, it is opened at the bottom. All right, or in another way for you to understand it better, when a trade session is starting, when you see that price is moving from the lowest point going to the higher point, it means it is buyers that are taking charge of that particular trade session, okay? Or the opening of that is controlled by buyers. So you will see that when it comes to a green candle, the opening price is at the bottom here. Can you see? So this is the opening price of buyers when it comes to a candlestick. So when they open here, as I have already indicated, the idea is to push the price to the top. So probably you will see that the closing price is at the top right here. As you can see, the closing price of this green candle is on top here. Okay, so we are looking at parts of a candlestick, the study of a candlestick. So when it comes to buyers, the candle of a buyer, price is opened at the bottom and it is being closed at the top. Okay, in the process of opening and closing of the price, you will see that a body is formed. Okay, a body of a candle is formed. What I'm simply saying is a candlestick, sometimes you will see that it has got a body. This filled part of a candle, it is called a body. So this body exists when the price has been opened, and then there is a build up. It's either to the top or to the bottom, depending on which power is in control. But in the process of building up of the price, you will see that a body is formed. That's why you are able to see another part of a candlestick, which is called the body. Now, when this is happening, I said that whenever a price has been opened, it is either it can go high up or it can go lower down. So in the process of doing that, you will see that it is going to show you how far the price went in terms of rising, which we call the highest price point. Okay? You will see how far the price went in terms of rising. You are going to see how far the price went in terms of going down. So in the process, you will see the lowest price, how far the price went downward, how far the price went upward. So you will see this is what we call the lowest position of the price. This is the highest position of the price. So the candle should show you the lower position. It should show you the highest position in terms of price in that particular trade session. So a candle should show you this. Now, this highest price of the position where the price is showing you, okay, you will see at certain times. You are going to see at certain times, okay? You will see at certain times. I want to explain something here. When price is moving from the lowest point going to the upper point, okay, since they are two types of market movers, they are buyers and sellers. When the price is rising, it does not mean that sellers are not present. Sellers, they are present, but the ones that are in control, okay, they are buyers. Simply, it means the pressure, the amount of buyers that are in that particular trade session represented by a candle, they are more compared to the number of sellers that are in that particular trade session. So you will see that when the price is moving up, at certain times it will also try to come down a bit. Then it will continue to go up. It will come down a bit. It means in the process of buying, there is also selling activity. While others are buying, others are selling. But what you are going to find out is at the end of the trade session, buyers dominated. More buyers were in that particular trade session compared to sellers. Okay? So who pushes the price to the bottom? For you to be able to see these lines here, can you see there are thin lines that are poking? Okay, there are thin lines that are poking. Is either they are poking above the body of the candle or they are poking below the body of the candle. Okay, so these thin lines that are poking above and below, they are called shadows. Okay? They are called shadows. All right? You are also going to hear the word tail. It is the same thing. A tail and a shadow, it is a same thing. Okay? They are called tails or they are called shadows. The only difference is that when this thin line has poked above the body of the candle, it is called an upper shadow or an upper tail. When it has poked below the body of the candle, it is called a lower shadow or a lower tail. So all in all, a candlestick should show you the opening price, which is very important. You need to know where did the price opened. And you also need to know at the end of that trade session, where did the price closed. Okay? In the process of opening and closing of the price, you are going to see the body being created. But mind you, it's not all the time where you are going to see a candle with a body. Sometimes you're not going to find the body. I'm going to explain why. But I want you to understand when it comes to a candlestick anatomy, then there should be the opening price, the closing price, the body, the highest price, the lowest price, and then if there is poking of lines, then you discover that there was an upper shadow and there was the lower shadow. Okay, so this lower shadow shows you how low the price went. This upper shadow shows you how high the price went. This is in line with a buying pressure candle. Okay, the same applies to selling pressure candle. The selling pressure candle, it should also have the same part. The only difference is when it comes to sellers, since buyers they buy low and sell high, okay? So when it comes to sellers, when the price goes high up here, some people will start selling. So the selling activity will start from the top and it will be going down, okay? When price rises, moves from low to go up, some other traders in the market, they have reached their target of take profit. That includes me and you in the bio revolution. Okay, so we will start selling. When we are selling, what are we doing? We are opening the price from the top and we are pushing the price downwards. When the activity of selling is taking place, price will start to drop. Price will start to drop. So when it comes to a selling pressure candle, the price is opened above and it is closed below. Okay, the movement is from up going down when it comes to selling pressure. While when it comes to buying pressure, the movement of price is from the bottom going up. That's the only difference. But the rest, they are the same. The candle should have opening price, should have closing price. It should have the body, it should have the highest price, it should have the lowest price. So this is what we call candlestick anatomy, parts of a candlestick. Am I explaining in a manner that you are able to be with me? Are we together here on the candlestick anatomy, parts of a candlestick? Did you grasp that? Did you grasp that? Please give me a reaction in the chat. Did you grasp that? Part of a candlestick, as simple as that. If you are following, please give me a reaction. Okay. So let's wind up on the candlestick anatomy. Let's wind up on the candlestick anatomy. Where are my slides? Okay. I'm going to the wrong place. My slides are here. Okay, so here we are. Let me wrap up on the candlestick anatomy. The fieldy part, it is called the body. First of all, the thin lines poking below and above the body, okay, they are called what? Shadows. You can call them tails. It is the same thing. The thin lines that are poking below and above the body, they are called shadows. If it happens that it is above, it is called an upper shadow, to differentiate between the two. Okay? When the thin line is above, it is an upper one. If it is below, it is a lower shadow, right? The top, okay? The top of the upper shadow, this is the upper shadow. So the top of the upper shadow, okay? It is the one that is referred as the high, which is the highest price. The top of the upper shadow is referred as the high or highest price. Yet the bottom of the lower shadow, it is referred as the low or the lowest price. Mind you, there are other occasions whereby you are going to see a filled up candle like this without a shadow. Okay? You are going to see a filled up candle like this without a shadow. So in this case, where is the low of the price? Where is the high of the price? Because it's not all occasions whereby the candle is going to show you the shadows. Sometimes you will have a candle without shadows. So does it mean that that candle does not have the low? No, it do have the low. Where the price opened, if it is a green candle, where the price opened, it becomes the low of the price. Okay? Where the price closed above here, if it is a green candle, that becomes the high of the what? Of the price. In that scenario, the same applies to a red candle. You will see a red candle without any shadow or without any tail. So where is the high? The same applies. The high becomes where the price opened. Okay? Because when it comes to a red candle, the price opened above. It goes down. The price goes down. So sellers, they are the ones that moves the price downward. Buyers are the ones that moves the price upward. So in a scenario where the candle has got no shadows, it simply means the opening of the price becomes the high. This is in relation to a red candle. While to a green candle, okay, the opening of the price becomes the low. Please don't get confused now. When it comes to a red candle, a green candle that has got no shadow, okay, the opening of the price becomes the low. When it comes to a green candle, why am I saying red? What's wrong with me now? Yes. When it comes to a green candle, the opening of the candlestick, okay, in a scenario whereby the candle does not have shadows, where the price opened, that becomes the low. Okay? Where the price closed, that becomes the high. Yet, when it comes to a red candle, where the price opened, it becomes the high, because sellers, they open price on the top. Okay? So where they are going to close these sellers, it becomes the low of the price or the lowest price. We were wrapping up on the candlestick anatomy. We were wrapping up on the candlestick anatomy. Okay? That's what we were doing. Right. So let me come here and say this. Let me say and come here and say this in closure of the candlestick anatomy. If they close, okay, if the closing of the price, I want you to understand these nuggets. They are simple nuggets when it comes to a candlestick. For you to know that was it a buying pressure candle or was it a selling pressure candle? I want you to imagine that someone is just saying this and you are not looking at the chart, but somebody is just saying this. If somebody says, if the close is above the open, if the closing of the candle, I want you to close your eyes where you are and picture this. If someone is standing next to you, you are not looking at the chart, and the person says, if the close is above the open, if the close of the candlestick is above the open, the close of the candlestick is above the open, is above the open, the close above the open. What type of a candlestick is that one? Is it a buying pressure candle or a selling pressure candle? If somebody can just say that while your eyes are closed, it's trying to tell you something. If the close is above the open, what is going to happen to your imagination? What is the person telling you? What type of a candlestick is that? If the person says, if the close is above the open, let me come to the Zoom. I'm giving you some nuggets so that you are able to put this into your mind. If somebody says, if the close is above the open, what type of a candlestick is that? Is it a buying pressure candle or is it a selling pressure candle? Is it a buying pressure candle or a selling pressure candle? If somebody just say, if the close is above the open. Hello? Should I give you some USDT? Should I give you some USDT? Should I? Should I? I need some answers. Should I? Others are not sure. I've got Binet, I've got Comfort, I've got Loveness, I've got Najenjwa, I've got Beno, I've got Joyce, I've got Olivia, I've got Michael. So far, they have given me answers. Oh, I've got Mary, I've got Moses, I've got Coach T. Okay, thank you so much, guys. That is correct. So if the close is above the open, it means that the candlestick is a bullish candlestick. It is a buying pressure candlestick, which means that the market is rising, okay? It means the market is rising in that particular period, okay? Because bullish candlesticks, they are always displayed as what? As green candles, okay? So the opposite of what I have said, it is true. If the close is below the open, if the close is below the open, it means that particular candlestick, it is a selling pressure candlestick. Thank you so much for those that are participating. We are 28 participants here. All right, so let's move to the next part. Let's move to the next part now. I hope you are writing. I hope you've got a pen and paper. I hope you've got a book where you are writing this stuff. Okay. All right. So let's go here. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you are going to see that in the process, when the market is at play, when buyers and sellers are in the market, you are going to see that the candles that are being developed, they are different when it comes to sizes. Just like human beings, some of us, we've got big bodies. Some of us, we've got slim bodies. Some of us, we are tall. Some of us, we are short. But we are all human beings. We are talking about sizes. So in the market also, it happens that some candles, they are long. Okay, their bodies are long. Some candles, their bodies are short. Okay, but does it mean that this was a shorter time frame, this one was a longer time frame? No. Sometimes it happens that this was a 4-hour time frame, this was also a 4-hour time frame. But why is it that in this time frame the candlestick is short, yet the same time frame in this one the candlestick is long? Why is it that in the same time frame, okay, the candlestick is huge, is a big body candlestick, yet in the other time frame, which is the same time frame, the body of the candlestick is slim, is small, and on top of that it is short? Is there any significance when you see a candle like this and a candle like this? Is there any significance to you as a trader? Yes. Okay, yes. What is the significance? I remember very well yesterday I told you that when we are trading in the market, what do we trade? We trade volume. If the volume is low, you discover that price is struggling to go up and down. You will see that the movement of price is very slow. Did you discover that some other days the market is like having a pace of a snail? The movement of price, for you to achieve 1% take profit, to achieve 2% take profit, it takes you hours. Probably it can even take days just for 2%. Why? Because of volume in the market. You know, for price to fall down, you discover that it is taking ages for a drop to happen. For the price to rise, it is taking ages for an increase. That is because of volume. So the structure of the candle tells you how much volume was in the market. So in this scenario, when you see candles with long bodies like this, this tells you that there was a strong buying pressure. If it is a green candle, seems like I'm falling in love with red. Always red pops out of my mouth. Okay, my apologies. Okay, long-bodied candlesticks. They represent strong what? Pressure. Okay, let me just use the word strong pressure. So the pressure can be a buying pressure or it can be a selling pressure. But what should come to your mind? The long-bodied candlestick represents strong pressure. So it's up to you to say it was a buying pressure looking at the type of a candle you are analyzing, or it is a selling pressure looking at the same type of candle you are analyzing. So in simple terms, when you see a candle with a long body, it tells you that there was strong pressure in that particular trade session. Remember, it can be a 30 minutes trade session. It can be a 1-hour trade session. It can be a 4 hours trade session. Okay? So in this 30 minutes, 1 hour, 4-hour trade session, what type of candles are developing? What are you seeing there? So when you see something like this, to you as a trader, it should tell you how much pressure is present. So long-bodied candlesticks tells you strong pressure. Short-bodied candlestick tells you less pressure. There was less pressure in that particular trade session. Okay? Are we together there? When it comes to candlesticks, selling pressure and buying pressure, are you grasping it? Are you grasping it? Short and small bodies indicate that there was little buying pressure, little selling pressure. Okay? The activity of buying and selling was not strong. That's why you are able that there was a struggle of power. Okay? There was a struggle of power. This was 4 hours, this was 4 hours. This was 4 hours, this was 4 hours. But look how these candles are looking like. So it means one was having strong pressure, the other one was having less pressure or little pressure. Is this okay? Is the English Englishing? Is the English Englishing here? Hello? Is the English Englishing? When you go to your trading view, you see the formation in terms of size of the candle. Some they are small, some they are big, some they are long, some they are short. Okay? Does it send a message to you, any message to you? Yes. All right. Thank you so much, Mary, that the English is Englishing. Right. Okay. Now, let us look at this. Let us look at this. I think we will close with it. I think we will close with it. Let us look at this. All right. I see people are following. Let me go back there. Okay. Let's close our session with this. Okay. Let me bring this one here. All right. Now, we spoke about shadows. We have spoken about the significance of the sizes of candles. Okay, we have spoken about the significance of sizes. Let's talk about the significance of shadows. Okay, let's speak about the significance of shadows. Remember, we spoke about shadows being part of the candlestick. Okay, is there any significance when you see a candle having a short lower shadow and having a long upper shadow? When you see a candlestick having a short upper shadow and a long lower shadow, what are the significance of shadows? Any message that is sent to you as a trader when you are analyzing a candle, okay? Yes, there is a special message to you as a trader when you are analyzing your chart, when you are analyzing your candles. Please make sure that you are able to get this information closely. Okay? Yes. Now, let's do this. You will find out. I'm trying to put it in a simple form so that you do not miss the catch. All right. I said that when you are looking at a candlestick, you will find out that some other candles, they do have shadows at the upper side of the body. Okay. Sometimes there is no lower shadow at the bottom part of the body. Right. Now, when you see that a candle is having the upper and lower shadows, a candle is having upper and lower shadows, there is a very important information about that particular trade session. we are analyzing a trade session here. Okay, price action in a trade session. So the upper and the lower shadow, they normally give us very important information about this particular trade session. First of all, okay, the upper and the lower, okay, shadows, they are giving us important information. Number one, the upper shadow signifies how high the price went. When there is an upper shadow, you are able to locate how far in terms of height the price went. Because of this shadow, you are able to see the highest point the price went in this particular trade session because of that shadow. By looking at the lower shadow, you are also able to see how low the price went because of the lower shadow. So we are simply saying the upper shadow signifies how high the price went, yet the lower shadow signifies how low the price went. You are able to get that information just by looking at the candlestick. Eh? So, candlestick with long shadows. Candlestick with long shadows. This one is a long shadow. This one is a long shadow. Okay? Candlestick with long shadows shows you that the trade session, okay, or price action occurred very well and it passed the open and the closing. Aha, it is becoming deeper now. It is becoming deeper. I hope somebody is not getting confused. Long shadows, they tell a trader that the trading session occurred very well. Why it occurred very well? Because it is showing you about the opening of the price, okay, and the closing of the price, okay. The opening of the price, I'm pointing here, this is a red candle. So the red candle, the price opened there. Okay, remember, sellers, they open price on top and they close it at the bottom. So if sellers, they open the price here and they closed here, and there is a shadow here, there is a shadow here, it tells you that the price, when it opened here, okay, and then it closed here, it is giving you a gap to show that it did pass the what? It did pass the open. Here is the opening, here is the closing. Are we together, ladies and gentlemen? So when the price opened here, okay, if it is for sellers, and then it closed here, you are able to see that this price, before it closed here, it came down here. So it is able to show you that it did pass the opening here. The price passed the opening. Sometimes price can open, okay, and then it goes up or it goes down, and it does not show you it may close where it opened. Have you ever seen a candle like those candles that I was telling you that they do not show you the high using a shadow? Those full-bodied candles like this, they do not show you, okay, how high the price went, how low the price went. So the closing of that candle, it becomes the high if it is a green candle, okay. If it is a red candle, the opening of that candle becomes the high, okay. So in this scenario, it does not show you closely, it does not show you correctly about the open and the close. But when a candle is having a shadow, it simply shows you that particular trade session occurred very well. It happened well because buyers and sellers displayed their emotions correctly. They did show you that here it is how far we went with the price. Here it is how low we went with the price. That's what I'm trying to explain about long shadows. They show you as a trader that the trading action, the trading activity occurred very well because it is displaying plainly about the opening and the closing of the price. Just by looking at this candle, you are able to demarcate that here the price opened, here the price closed. So in that scenario, the trading occurred very well. There is no hidden agenda. There is no hidden information. Everything is at display to you as a trader. So shadows, they play that role, okay? Showing you that trade sessions occurred very well. Not only that, maybe before I proceed, let me ask a question. If we are understanding the significance of tails, the significance of shadows, let me find out. Is the English still Englishing? Is the English is still Englishing, or now I'm speaking Swahili here? Eh? Is the English still Englishing? Do I speak Kikuyu now? Or it is still English? Am I still communicating in English, or I'm speaking Chichewa now from Malawi? Eh? Is this Luganda? Am I talking Luganda now? Still Englishing. Okay. All right. Okay, I'm glad it is still Englishing. Yes, my friend Ben. My friend Ben is here with his iPhone. My friend Ben is here with his iPhone. He is the only guy with an iPhone here in the house. Yeah, I'm saying a guy. I didn't say a girl. The only guy with an iPhone. Hey, yes. All right. We were trying to take a break, eh? I have been too serious with teaching, so we must take a break. So that was the commercial break. Okay, let's go back. I want to wind up on the shadows. Oh, it is Kizunguing. Okay, all right. Thank you. If it is Kizunguing, that is okay. If it is Kizunguing, it is okay. All right. Fantastic. Fantastic. Fabulous. Let's wind up on the shadows. Let's wind up on the shadows. All right. Let's wind it this way. Where was I? Let me bring my tools here. Let me bring my tools back. Let me bring my tools back. Okay. Now, candlesticks with short shadows. Okay? When you see candles that are having short shadows, okay? When you see them, there is information that is being shown to you as a trader. Okay? It means that most of the trading action was confined, okay? Was confined near the opening and the closing. For example, if you see a candle, okay? I'm not drawing correctly. I'm not a good drawer. Hey, whatever it is, that is my candle. That is my candle. Okay, this is what I'm trying to explain. When you see a candle with a short shadow, it simply means the trading action, the activity of buying and selling, it was confined near the open and the close. You will see that where the price opened to where the shadow A is, where the price closed to where the shadow is. If it is a green candle or a red candle, it depends. But when you see a candle with short shadows, it means that the trading activity was just around the opening and the closing. You will see that it is not far from each other. Where the price opened and where the price closed, they are not far from each other because the shadows are small, they are short. But when a shadow is long like this, you can see how far this trade session went. You see, like this one, you are able to see how far this trade session went. But when the shadow is short, when the shadow is short, it is telling you that the selling activity and the buying activity was confined within this region. Are you getting it? That's what I'm trying to explain to you. When a candle is having short shadows, it tells you that the buying and the selling activity was confined between the opening and the closing, because the opening and the closing of the price, they are not far from each other. Okay? It is different from this one. Can you see this long shadow here? If the price opened here, okay, and it went up here, can you see where the price opened and where it closed? So it is showing you this is how far the price went because of the long shadow. But if this shadow was short, it could tell you that the selling activity and the buying activity was confined within this region. That's the message I'm trying to convey to you. If a candle has got a long upper shadow, please listen to me closely. If a candle is having a long upper shadow like that one, okay, and then a short lower shadow like this one, what does that mean? It means that buyers flexed their muscle to push the price high up. The indication of the long upper shadow tells you that buyers were in the market with a full force for the price to go up. Who pushes the price to the top? They are buyers. So for you to see a candle with a long upper shadow, it tells you that who did the activity of pushing the price to the top? Buyers. So there was a strong buying activity. It means that buyers, they are the ones who flexed their muscle for the price to go up here. It means there was strong buying pressure. Though the price did not close here, though the price did not remain here when it was pushed high, but nevertheless, the price went up. You are able to see this is how far the price went. So this activity, it is shown through the long upper shadow. When you see a candle with a long upper shadow and a short lower shadow, it tells you that in this trade session, buyers extended, they flexed their muscle to the top. Okay? They flex their muscle to the top. That's why you are able to see the presence of the longer shadow. If the price did not go up, you could not see it, but it is shown because of the presence of the long upper shadow. So in summary, when you see a candle with a long upper shadow and a short lower shadow, in that candlestick, in that trade session, buyers, they are the ones who stretched their muscle to the top. And then the creation of a longer upper shadow happened. So the first activity was a buying activity. The last activity for the creation of that shadow, it was a selling activity. Let's go to this one in closure. When you see a candle, okay? When you see a candle, come on, guys, come on, guys, come on, guys. When you see a candle with a long lower shadow, I'm preaching now, I'm no longer teaching. When you see a candle with a long lower shadow and a short upper shadow, what does that mean to you as a trader? This means that the sellers, they flashed, yes, they flashed the washboard. Eh? They extended their ABAs to make sure. Can you imagine when something pumps up, and then it comes down? Eh? So the activity that happened here, when you see a candle with a long lower shadow and a short upper shadow, in this scenario, it is telling you as a trader that sellers, they extended their ABS, their airbags, to make sure that price comes down properly. They push the price down. The first activity, ladies and gentlemen, in this candle here, for the price to come down here, where did it open? Where did it open? Okay, where did this price open? If it opened here, okay, it opened here, all right. If it opened there, I'm just giving that as an example. It is a green candle. We always say a green candle opened at the bottom, it closes at the top. But why the presence of the long lower shadow here? So for you to be able to see this, it means there was a selling activity that brought this price down here to this lower point. But the price did not stay here. It went back to the opening. But first, who pushed the price down here? Sellers. But buyers, they refuse. They say, no, price is not going to stay here. We are pushing it to the top. So as a result, by the end of the trade session, who won? Who won? Who won this marathon? In this green candle, when the price was closing, who was in charge? Who was in charge? I'm closing it in that manner. By the end of the marathon, who won? Who was in control of price? Who was in control of price? I said that I am not teaching, I am now preaching. Who was in control of price? Buyers. They were in control. Okay? But the presence of the longer, lower shadow demonstrates that sellers, they tried to push their muscle to the bottom, trying to make sure that they sell enough. But buyers, they said, it is an opportunity. It is cheaper now. Let's go. Then buyers came. They started buying. Have you ever seen a price falling rapidly? One candle, it falls rapidly, but it does not stay at the bottom. Immediately after it reached at the bottom, you see it is pumping back, pumping. You were celebrating that we are shorting, only to find out that now price has changed direction. It goes back to where it started falling, and somebody gets trapped. Somebody gets trapped in the action. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to end here for today about this training. Let's end here unless there are questions. Did you learn something today? Did you learn something today? Did you benefit coming here today, or you have just wasted your time? Did you benefit coming here today, or you have wasted your time? Let me know. Was the class beneficial? Now, if you are new, I think something has started developing now in your mind. you are able to understand how buyers and sellers behave in the market. How do they fight against price? When the candle is moving up and down, what is really going on? When you thought that it is going to be a short, all over a sudden you see that now it is a long. What has happened? Now you are able that there is competition in the market in any trade session. So you need to read very well, okay? So that you are able to see your entries. You want to enter the market, you want to exit the market. So first of all, understand the candlestick anatomy before you use indicators and say, this price is going down, this price is going up, to confirm that. Okay, questions, guys? I'm closing here. Any question? Any question? Any question? When the congregation is silent, it means two things. The message has got home, or nobody has understood. When the congregation is silent, it means everyone is touched. And when you make an altar call, they are ready to repent. Or they did not hear the message. Which one is which here? So that when I leave the classroom, I know which one is which. Is it that you are ready to repent? Is it that you are ready to repent, or you did not hear? Okay. Najenjwa said the SMS has reached home. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. So let's end here. We are going to meet again tomorrow, same time, as we'll be winding up our class for the week. We normally do Monday to Friday. So tomorrow is Friday. It's when we are going to close this session, and we'll continue next week. All right. Any announcement? Leader Doris, are you able to give us a announcement? My co-host, Odongo, okay. Odongo, I'm allowing you to ask your question. I have unmuted you. Odongo, is it Odong Charles? Is it a question? I see your hand is up. You can ask. I'm allowing you to unmute. Please unmute your microphone and ask. Charles. Oh, it was by mistake. Okay, all right. Leader Saul, any communication on your side? Where is the hand? I see one hand here. Where is this hand from? I'm trying to check it. Okay, it has been lowered. Okay, guys, see you in the upcoming Zoom session at 9 a.m., 10 a.m. East African time. We are doing how to set a signal. I think it's Thursday today, yeah. Thursday, we normally do how to set a signal. So let's bring our team members. They should learn how, when a signal has been given, how do we go about it? Okay, whether it is futures, whether it is a spot, we do have a trainer that is going to take us today. So may you have a wonderful morning, a wonderful afternoon, a wonderful day in general. May the good Lord see you through in your day. Bye bye from my side.